Now let us understand the user interface of the default page here, right? So you can see all these frequently used tools are arranged here. This is quick access toolbar, right? You have options for saving, opening, printing, dimension lines, room tags, texts, 3D models, sections, pen thickness, windows, etc. This is called quick access toolbar. This is right here is called your title bar, which includes the version of the AutoCAD being used and the name of the file which is open, and the floor plans or ceiling plans or elevation which is opened by default, right? And you also have this minimize, maximize, and close button also. Under this, you have something called contextual tabs. Contextual tabs, right? So once you click on the contextual tab, related tools will be populated under that. Once I have clicked on architectural, right? So you have all these tools which are by default used by an architectural model, right? And here this is a Revit toolbar. Once you click on this, you'll see an option to create a new file, open a file, save as, export, print as well, right? So under architectural tab, you have options to create wall, window, doors, placing a component, placing a column, creating roof, ceiling, floor, curtain system, curtain grid, mullion, railing, ramp, stair, model text, model line, model group, creating room, room separator, tag room, creating area, tag area, and other such options, creating grids, reference planes, etc. Under structure contextual tab, this tab is used to majorly analyze a structure, right? Creating a structural model. You have options for creating beam, wall, column, floor, truss, brace, beam systems, footings here, isolated wall, creating a slab, a rebar, components, etc. Right. And under steel contextual tab, you have steel connections tools here. Have bolts, plates, welds, corner cuts, slope, shorten, etc. Under systems contextual tab, you have options to create a services model or a mechanical, electrical, or a plumbing model, right? Under this, you have ducts here. You can create ducts, terminals. You can place any equipments. You can create pipes, plumbing fixtures, sprinklers. You can create electrical. You can include electrical trays, wires, right? Switches, sockets, and you can place some other components as well. You can create work planes also. So basically, this contextual tab is for creating a services model. In insert, you can link your present model with another Revit model. You can link IFC, you can link CAD file, you can link topography, right? And you can link any images, right? So all these options you have here in insert tab. And you have options to export as well. Export in terms of PDF, image, CAD file, and you can load from a default family into your model. The next contextual ribbon or tab is annotate tab. This tab basically is used to annotate your model. You can add dimension lines in terms of aligned, linear, angular, right? Radial, diameter, arc length. You can create elevations. You can name your elevation. You can place revision cloud, right? You can place text. You can place tags, and you can color fill your rooms, or you can color fill your ducts. You can place symbols, etc. So all these things you can, whatever related to annotations inside your model, these tools can be used. The next contextual tab is analyze. This is basically for analysis of your building structure. Analysis in the sense it might be your structural analysis. You can find the boundary conditions, loads, load cases, load combinations, etc., which is related to structural analysis, right? And it will also be used for MEP analysis, for placing your spaces, creating zones, heating and loading calculations, right? Heating and cooling loads, pressure report, duct pressure report, electrical loads. All these analysis can be done using this tab or this section here. The next contextual tab is massing and site. Here you can create a topo surface, you can create a irregular roof, wall, which is not default, right? Property lines you can create. So basically, this is related to the topo surface of your model. The next tab here is called collaborate tab. This tab here is used to find out any interference between different components of your model, and it is basically used to create a coordinated model, right? And the next contextual tab is view. You can change all your visibility settings, your settings with respect to the view of your model. It deals with the rendering. If you want to render your model, this tab is used, and you can create any other plan views using this tab, right? Any user interface settings you want to change, you can do that using this tab. The next tab is your manage tab. All your settings related to your models or tools within your model, this section is used. You can create materials, You can change your snap settings. You can change your units, coordinated systems. All settings can be changed, modified using this section. Next contextual tab is add-ins. Any extra add-ins or extra toolbars you want to insert here, you can make use of this section. The last and very important contextual ribbon or tab is modify. In modify, you can modify your model with respect to aligning it, offsetting any wall in your model, rotating, copying and pasting, mirroring, arraying, right? So all these things, tools related to modifying your model is placed under this section, right? So having understood your contextual tabs and tool ribbons, will pan here your properties palette. Here you access any component, right? I'm accessing now the wall. As soon as access my wall, a status bar is created, right? It gives the basic information about my drawing tool. After accessing my wall tool, you can see the height of the wall and the location line. Is it wall center line, core center line, finish face, etc. And offset, any offset I want to add here. So this status bar builds up after I pick any tool to draw, right? And related properties of that tool will be displayed here. You can see the base constraint level 1 and the location line, likewise how I need to draw. So that information is here. Constraint details, unconnected height again, right? What is the area, volume? Because I've not actually drawn it, so there is no area and volume given here. So basically, all properties related to the tool which I have selected will be displayed here in properties palette. So let me just draw a line, just zoom and see. So because you have selected location line as wall center line, you can see there's a dashed line which is visible at the center of the wall. That means your drawing between center to center of a wall, right? So once you can click that, and you can, if you change the direction, you'll just see how your central line is used to create the wall. You can change this to any other settings. You can change this to finish face exterior. You can see now it has changed to exterior, right? So this wall is drawn using central line and this wall is drawn using exterior face, right? So whichever is easier for you, whichever is convenient for you, you can make use of that settings. And let us come here in project browser. In project browser, you have settings related to the view of the presently opened model. As of now, you are in level 1. You can switch over to level 2 or site. If you want to work in the ceiling, so you can switch over to ceiling level 1 and you can work on ceiling. If you want to see the elevations, you can go and click on the elevations. And you can see for each view opened, it creates a tab here, right? So you can always navigate between these tabs as per your convenience. And you have information about families. All the families are populated here. You can create schedules here, any groups, and any Revit links. You can find all information about the project and project browser. This relates under this, there is a tab. This is called View Control tab. You have can access the scale. You can change the view from wireframe to hidden line, shaded. So let us go to 3D view to view it. You can see here, this is what I have drawn a wall. So you can change the view from wireframe to realistic. You can see how this changes to a realistic view. So this button right here changes the graphic consumption of this model. You can make it coarse where the graphic consumption is very low and change it to fine where the graphic consumption is very high, right? So this is how we can create models. You can change the views of it, right?